That's weeks after the U.S. Department of Treasury imposed sanctions on 19 Indian entities and 2 individuals for exporting dual-use technology to Russia. U.S. and Indian officials have met in New Delhi to discuss the impact of the decision. We learned from sources that the Indian government has reiterated that the Indian exporters have not violated any law. Parikshit Luthra is here with more on the meetings. Parikshit, what was discussed and what can we expect?
Yes, U.S. officials from the Bureau of Industrial Security and OFAC division, which is the Foreign Assets Division, they were here in New Delhi to meet industry bodies, the companies who have been sanctioned by U.S. authorities, and also the Indian government officials, specifically from the Ministry of External Affairs. The message was very clear that the sanctions are extremely serious and they would expect the Indian industry to abide by these sanctions. This is what industry sources present in the meeting told us. The Ministry of External Affairs has reiterated time and again that none of these companies and individuals have violated any law in India. In fact, India is completely in compliance with any agreement with the MTCR and Wassenaar agreement. So no international obligation has been violated by these 19 companies. Now, this is a unilateral sanction by America. But America is very clear that there are 50 high priority items on the sanctions list, which include semiconductors, integrated circuits, machine tools, and roller bearings. And if any of these goods are exported to Russia, even for civilian use, they will be deemed to be diverted for defense use by the Russian government. And therefore, sanctions will be attracted even if you are sending this for civilian use. This also means, and experts tell us, that all these 19 companies and 2 individuals who have been sanctioned, they cannot export any goods to the United States, to the UK, to the European Union and Japan. Essentially, all the companies, all the countries which are following this sanctions regime against Russia. Now, these sanctions can remain against these companies indefinitely. There is an appeal process, but it is complicated, which also means that any company from India in future exporting to Russia will have to be very, very careful about the impact of these sanctions as well. Sources also telling us that the US government had been warning India about these violations for almost a year now, and there could be more Indian companies under the scanner for exporting dual-use technology to Russia. So a very crucial meeting between stakeholders and the US government took place this week, and this will have some ramifications for Indian defense exporters, most definitely.
Right, Parikshit, many thanks for those details. Now, in other international headlines,